This is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. Exodus 16:15. Manna was bread sent by God to the Hebrew people who were traveling in the desert after they escaped Pharaoh. Manna fell every day of the week, except on Saturday. Twice the amount of manna fell. On Sunday, the Sabbath, no manna fell, and the people ate the manna left over from Saturday. But no matter what day of the week it was, manna was always gathered in the morning, because the heat of the sun would melt it otherwise. But they couldn't keep the manna they had collected for very long, because if they kept the manna overnight, it would rot and get worms. Except on Saturday, when they needed to save for the next day, the Sabbath. Here is the story of manna. The story begins with a very hungry and thirsty group of people. They said, and I quote from the Bible, "Oh, that we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the pots of meat and when we ate bread to the full. For you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger." Exodus 16:3. What they're saying is, well, we were okay. We had enough to eat in Egypt, although the work was hard. But now we're out here and we don't have anything to eat, and you are going to kill us all, and it is definitely your fault. So God said, okay, cool down. I'll send you bread from heaven to eat. And so he sent them manna. Now, on to some manna fun facts. Manna fell 6 weeks after the Israelites left Egypt. Nobody is really sure exactly what manna was like. Because most plants in that region had appetite-suppressing effects, researchers believe that manna may have had appetite-suppressing effects also. Manna tasted like wafers with honey. The Lord also sent quails for the Israelites to eat. The Bible says manna was bread, but the Torah says it was bluish mushrooms. Researchers suspect that manna was the regurgitation of local bugs that ate nectar and sap, which accounts for its sweetness. It was like dried honey, and you know how bees make honey. There was a kind of food in Egypt called manu at the time that the Israelites had escaped. The Israelites said, "Hey, that looks like manu. Let's call it manna."